Well, if you didn't think I one take them, I do. I accidentally hit the reverse there at the beginning. Whoops, that wasn't planned. But that's okay. It was kind of cool. Kind of gave me a good idea for like a future little thing. You know, the reverse. I forget it's on the looper. What's up, dudes? HW here. HW. We're Bizak. Back is what I meant to say. I don't know what that means. Sipping on some Joe on a beautiful Friday afternoon over here in Nashville. Dudes, I got this new thing. Check it out. Look at that. This is the Harley Benton ST80 FRMNHH Radiant Red. I don't know. It's a red thing. It's got a Floyd 1000 on it, the Floyd Rose 1000, which is like what you see on all the Fenders now, what you see on all like the Charvel stuff. I guess that's Fender too, if you know. And this thing is just really awesome. It's staying in tune really well. This is not sponsored. No one's paying me for this. They didn't send me this or anything. I just bought this because I was really curious. And honestly, I have like a much more expensive guitar with a Floyd Rose, and I just don't love it. And so I was like, maybe I can replace it. I'm not really like a, flashy kind of, I like vintage style look and stuff. But this is a cool guitar. I played like an Eddie guitar at my church one time. And everybody loved it. And I thought it sounded really good. And the Floyd worked really well for all that music. So I was looking for something that didn't have super hot pickups. Like, not like, but hot enough for like rock and hard rock and stuff. And this thing... You know what I mean? It's got a thing. It's got a thing, and it works. Would I put 9s on this? Yes, I'm going to. But here's what I think of this guitar overall. That's like what you would expect from the guitar. But if you come back here, I'm going to show you on this Dumble Master pack that I have for like Kemper and Tonex and everything. Shameless plug. The guitar's a little on the darker side. So on the brighter channel here, it's you can get some respectable like. this, it's funny, you play something like that on this guitar, and it really, the Floyd and stuff brings out like a different type of like, you don't get afraid to do too much with the bar, you know what I'm saying? You could do the... Okay, so that's my opinion on the Floyd Rose from someone who obviously does not really know how to use a Floyd Rose. But, you know, should you buy this guitar? I don't know. That's why people watch these videos, isn't it? Or it's just to hang out and chat about guitar. I like this thing because for me, this replaces a much more expensive guitar I have, like I mentioned at the top. I have this Blue Sur that I'm probably going to let go because if someone's going to give me $2,500 for that and I'm going to be just as happy with this, why not? Now, I picked this thing up for $385. I'm going to do another video on whether I think that's a really, whether there's better things in the market or not. But word to the wise, I had to pay tariffs on this. And I actually think that's a big problem for Harley Benton. And I'll talk more about that in another video because there's other stuff out there at that price. Now, I bought mine, let's see, directly from Thomann. What did they say the price is on the new ones? They had this great lime green, black green color. It looks really great. The new price is $435. I paid $365 because mine is a B stock that has a slight little crack right here, which you're not going to be able to see. Even with that, though, I bought a double case with it, and it showed up at my door, and the UPS driver, I thought he was joking around. He said, "You owe me $190." And then he put a... No, I'm just kidding. No, he was polite about it, and I was like, oh, is this... Well, you know, I ordered it directly from Thomann, and that means I'm the importer, so I'm paying the tariffs. I imagine when these hit the Harley Benton warehouse in the United States, and you can just order them directly there on Reverb, the price will not be $435 in American dollars. The price will be $550. You know what I mean? And I bet they're going to eat a little bit of the tariff, and you're going to eat most of it. That's kind of what I think is going to happen because I think this guitar should be about that. It's if you go too much above that, you start to run into like I could get a used Charvel with the F1000 and some Seymour Duncans for $600. So why would I buy this one when I can buy that? Or you start to run it. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, we'll talk about that in another video. Does this thing live up though? Does it do it? For me, it's doing it because for the harder stuff, this is about as hard as I like to get. Little tube screamer. That's pretty good. I dig it. And what I really dig is that you can come back here and you can do, like, let me find, what do I got here? I got some clean stuff, of course. You know, I got a little... Sorry, I had the tube screamer on. That's the neck. Yeah, that's nice. And then the bridge. Troop Screamer. Yeah, only thing I would say about these guitars, they really should put 9s on these shipped. I mean, Suhr's doing that, Fender's doing that. I would imagine the Charvels do that. I don't know why they put 10s on here and ship it like this. It makes it a little stiff. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not manly man enough for you. Yeah, maybe I'm not manly enough for you. I like my lighter strings. You know what I mean? That's just my thing. But overall, man, this Harley Benton brand is just crazy to me because I've got this other one here, and it's really good. They're really good. Like, really good. It makes me think we're all paying there's a lot of upcharge and marketing salaries in a lot of these other guitars. I got to be honest with you, you know. Now, Fender's putting out some really good stuff right now, but they got to watch out for brands like this because, like, I'm kind of like at the point where I'm like, best bang for a buck's always going to be a Harley Benton above $300. Right? You get the really cheap stuff, and all the guitars are really cheap, right? But you go for those above $300 Harley Bentons, they really just are a deal, you know what I mean? And honestly, it's a little tough to play with these. I want to put 9s and just bring the action down just slightly, and it'll be a wicked player guitar. It's a little bit on these upper strings. It just takes a little bit of a gumption that I just don't really have on a guitar like this, and it feels a little funny, but it's set up perfectly. I got to say, that Floyd is just really perfectly floating there. Got this thing tuned up in no time. Harley Benton, you did a really awesome thing. If I were to have paid $365, I would be telling you this is the most amazing guitar. You have to go out and buy one. But because of those tariffs, it brings it up a notch, you know, and I really paid $555 instead of $365 because I paid $190 in tariffs. Now, some of that was I guess some of the tariffs was on the I did buy a gig bag. But you know what I'm saying? You might need a gig bag. So that's not crazy. So next video, we're going to talk about this. I think Harley Benton might have a little problem here with the tariff stuff going on.